Hello Blobblies and welcome back to 31 Days of Tarot, day 22. And this is another top 5, which I cannot do. It's funny enough because I can do like 5 favorite depiction of a card. That's easier for me. But when you ask me to choose like top 5 decks or top 10 decks or top 3 decks, like the whole combination of the 78 cards is just like, no, I cannot do it. Like the whole composition is so much more complex than to use one card, so I cannot do it. So just a quick recap, these are my 5 fabulous decks from 2019. Check the other video. I'm not showing the cards, but I go into a little bit more detail now. Sasori Video Tarot by Stasia Barrington, Folarcos Tarot by Carmen Sorrenti. She's doing some workshops with Osima, check them out. Dark Days Tarot from Ren McMurdo. Tabula Mundi for M.M. Malin. No, just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous deck. And of course, sorry I mentioned this one more time, the Lightseers Tarot by Chris Ann. It's just beautiful. Now, I'm gonna mention, I'm doing a quick recap because I'm gonna mention another 5 fabulous decks from the decade. Now, I haven't been doing tarot longer than a decade. I did playing cards, but that's a different story. So I have to mention the obvious one, Rider-Waite-Smith. In this case, the version, the Radiant White Spirit. I'm showing this because I love the coloration from this deck, and I love that it's borderless. I do reversals with this deck. It's just beautiful. Do like the Two of Swords. I love the coloration. It's just like the degrading, in the Three of Swords. I just love it. Like this one is a little purplish. Just love that. Like the blues with the greens. But I think Pixie, Pamela Coleman made the beautiful artwork. I love the concepts and the simpleness, so to speak, in this deck. But for example, I don't love the detail and I don't know, the particular style of this deck. It's not my favorite per se. But I think this is probably the deck that the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's probably the deck that most people know, like even people who are not into tarot. And I just think that is super important. And it's one of the 3 basic systems, probably the most popular one, and it's worth mentioning. I think if you want to study tarot, it is worth studying the Rider-Waite-Smith. Like, for a reason, I think it's the most popular deck of our day. Now, another deck that I think it's absolutely worth mentioning is the Thought. I just love it. Now, Pixies, because I think Pixie has excellent artwork but wasn't depicted in the tarot. But Lady Frida Harris, the painter of the Thought deck, like her paintings in this deck are absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous paintings. Gorgeous coloration. I actually don't mind the keywords. I think I'm gonna try to get another edition because I'm not in love with the cardstock, but that's a personal preference. But the artwork is sublime. Like, look at that hermit. Like, it is like no other deck out there, I think. Except like Thought clones, I guess. It's just so beautiful. Look at that world, like the universe. It's just I love it. I love it. This has to be mentioned always, I guess. No, I know some people don't like the system, but it's a beautiful deck. Super powerful. Now, I sometimes when I read with this, it's like maybe I pull like 3 cards. I don't use like this for bigger spreads because honestly, like the amount of information, it makes my head hurt a little. So I think that's why most people are reluctant. It's just like it's packed with information, it's packed with symbolism, it's packed with colors. I think it can be too much. It's for sure a super deep contrast from the Rider-Waite-Smith, because this one is like simple, straightforward, not so complicated, and then this one is like the opposite of that almost. So, but again, another one of the 3 main systems. Beautiful. Now, this is where I should mention a Marcel deck. I'm not going to mention it. You've seen that. It's my Ritual Magic, so I don't read with that. And I'm still looking for that Marcel deck that it's like has a style that captures me. I mean, and in general, you only need one tarot deck to read tarot. No, and you could even have an app. No, this is something else, having these variations. They appeal to us for different reasons. Like the Marcel deck, I love it. I do have some peepish decks that I love to read with, but in this case, I do want to mention other ones. Number 3, well, not number 3, the third fabulous deck that I'm showing you, it's Margaret Peterson Tarot. Again, I love it. I tried it, yeah, I think all these are in order. So the Margaret Peterson Tarot, again, it's so beautiful. I just love it so much. Look at that. Like, look at the colors. I do wish it was smaller because I would love to do like bigger spreads with this one and just look at how all the colors in the paintings interact with each other. But I don't know, maybe I'll trim it. Maybe, I don't know, like those reds, those blues. Ah, breathtaking, no? Those browns. Again, like, she's a master of color. Look at that Ace of Cups. Look at it. It's like, you know, Monet, when you stand in front of his paintings, they have this, they produce some emotion in you. And I think that's the power of paintings. And that's when you know a painting, it's supreme. No, because it connects with you at a deeper level, at an emotional level. Not just visually, but emotionally. So Margaret Peterson, absolutely. Another one in that one is Majestic Earth, like in that same, I don't know, paintings, no? So this is a curated deck from existing paintings by Hildegard. If you like this deck, get it. I think it's still available on Amazon. I'm gonna leave the link down below. She does beautiful artwork. Like, the stories make sense. The repurposed art makes total sense. It doesn't feel like those other decks that you're like, yeah, that's not exactly right. This doesn't feel like that at all. This feels like it all fits. Like she knows tarot, she knows art, and she knows how to put it together. Like I take my hat off to Hildegard. Like, it's so beautiful what she does. And these like cards, it's just breathtaking. I love it. So, and last but not least, I do have to mention the Marielle Tarot, of course. And I'm gonna mention the first edition because, I don't know, like the second edition, something about it, like, still didn't grab me. No, it's just, I love the first edition. No, oh, here is the High Priestess. Like, I'm like, why isn't the High Priestess? Like, I put this back in order. Sorry, apparently that one was there. But I do love this High Priestess. I do like the new one that she did, but I just love it, no? Again, people had problems with the Hierophant. Okay, she changed it. Also, Death. Look at that card. No? Judgment. And I just love it. And it's okay, we all have our preferences. We're all different, no? Than the goddess and the gods. And, like, dude, that's the Three of Swords. I love it. Like, I love it. So, to me, this deck, the original version, no, the first edition, I absolutely love it. The second edition is gorgeous. I just think, I don't know, I wish, like, the cards that were changed were optional changes. No, I love the concept of the backings. Maybe not so much the execution, but I do love me and Ouroboros, like, in a double sense. So, love it. So, that's the top, not the top, sorry. That's another 5 fabulous decks of the decade, which I think there are, like, absolutely worth mentioning. And it was very hard just mentioning those, no? And it's like I cannot do a 5 fabulous decks of the decade and not mention a Rider-Waite-Smith and not mention Thoth. And I should also mention a Marcel deck that I'm not doing that. Because I wanted to mention, like Majestic Earth, Margaret, Marielle, Huh, the three of them have M's. That's funny. Sorry. It's just so hard. But I mean, these are here, no? So you already had 5 fabulous decks, and these are another 5 fabulous decks that I think are like, whoa. Whoa to me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, lovelies. Mwah.